Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your carrier bearing on your second gen Tacoma. Let's go ahead, let's jump into it. Also, I'm going to chalk my tires. This should be good. With the front tires chalked, we're going to come back here and jack up the rear of the truck. Next thing we need to do is just go marking where the drive shaft lines up with everything. So you can see I marked it on the flange right here, how it's going to line up back to the diff. So we're good there. And then we need to go mark the transfer case side. And then you can see on the transfer case side, I went a bit overkill, but we need to mark on the drive shaft this side and then where it lines up on the flange right here for the transfer case. So now that we got it marked, we can start taking it off of here. My recommendation would actually leave the truck in park for now and get the two bottom bolts and nuts loose, and then go throw it in neutral, spin your drive shaft, and then put it back in park, and then get the other two bolts loosened up. That way, you can actually loosen these up, and the drive shaft isn't just spinning as you're trying to take them off. So I've got the truck in park right now, and that way I can get to these two bottom bolts and get them loose, and then we're gonna rotate it. So now that we got those two out of there, I'm gonna rotate the drive shaft. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go put it back in park so that this doesn't spin. Get those other two out of here. All my bolts are loose. I removed the three. I'm gonna leave this one in here just to hold it in place so it doesn't go anywhere while I'm messing with the other sides. For our carrier bearing bolts, these are also 14 millimeter. And same thing over here. You can see they're loose, they're coming out, but I think I'm gonna leave them there until I'm ready to fully drop this thing, because now we're coming up to the transfer case. Okay, so I just removed the last bolt on our transfer case side. We can move down to our carrier bearing and get those bolts out of the way, as well as move back to our rear diff and get rid of that bolt that I left. I'm being super meticulous this way because I'm by myself. I don't want to go dropping a drive shaft on myself. So if you're following along this way, you should be safe. Just make sure you're not under there, because the drive shaft, it could fall down on you and hurt you. So be super careful, super safe. We're going to go ahead and remove those bolts that I left there just to be safe. I'm going to be out of the way, drop the drive shaft, and we'll be good to start working on our carrier bearing. So let's keep going. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The rear drive shaft has been removed. All right, next thing we gotta do is get the carrier bearing off, which means we have to get our U-joint out of here and this yoke off of here. So first things first, we're gonna grab some pliers and get these clips out. There we go. So with the needle nose and a screwdriver, I was able to just get under it and pry that clip off of there. So now we gotta roll it over and do the other side. So now that we got both sides, both clips out of there, we're gonna grab our 27 millimeter socket, and it's gonna go over the ear right here, and we're gonna bang on the socket. That's gonna allow the cap for the U-joint to come up, because we wanna separate the U-joint from this yoke. So let's go ahead and do that. Alternatively, you could get a ball joint press like I have and start pressing the cap out. So you can see in the hole, it's around the ear. So it's not pushing on the cap, but the cap is coming out. But using a socket and hammering them out also works really well. You can see it starts to look like this. We're seeing the U-joint come through this side of the yoke, and then the cap's coming through on this side. Let's keep going. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting some sort of press. I don't have a vise, so this was the second best thing, and check it out. It worked. So it removed that from there, and now we can go ahead and get this out of our yoke here. And to do that, I just had to kind of twist that. This is a needle bearing. There's little bearings in there, so it would be a good idea to grab yourself some extreme red, some grease that's rated for drivetrain. And what I mean by that is it's an LNGI2, but also a GCLB right here on the bottom. This grease will last a lot longer and just be better for our drivetrain parts. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use that grease inside our cap here once we get it kind of cleaned out and get the gunk out on both sides, and just keep this U-joint lasting so much longer. It also helps that my drive shaft has these zerk points for the U-joints and whatnot. So while we're here, we're taking care of some maintenance. Enough said. Let's go ahead and get this yoke removed You can see there's a nut in here. I'll get you guys a better picture. All right, so that guy right there is a 24mm nut. So we're gonna go ahead and get that removed. That should pull this yoke out of the way, which means that we can pull this out of the way. So let's get started on that. So check it out. We moved over to the workbench. We got that loose by clamping it in with our ball joint separator. And yes, we kind of scratched off some paint, but we didn't dent the drive shaft. That's the biggest thing. And then I just have a ratchet strap going around this guy because it's holding it from, you know, going up and down on me, doing a little seesaw. So this stopped it from free spinning, and we got the nut loose. What I had to do though is use my hammer, and that's with the hammer and the wrench, smacking the wrench, I was able to get it done. So I know that is kind of a bummer. I have some paint, I can spray that, it'll be fine. But this is just to show you another technique you don't need a vise for, and you can still get it done. So let's get this nut removed, and that should allow us to pull the yoke off, which should allow us to get this bearing off. So my yoke was pretty stuck, but with the hammer, you can see I'm making progress. I'm just tapping the yoke on each side. Man, that was on there. All the splines are okay. So, oh my gosh. I just think this bearing was so screwed up that it actually was like causing friction, or I don't know, making this friggin' yoke that's not supposed to be stuck on here. Now that that's out of the way, we can get this off of here. So right now I just have my pry bar prying the rubber boot off. So we're making quick work, but with that out of the way, it should make this a little bit easier too. There we go. And you can even see, look at mine. Look at how like oval that is. The drive shaft has been sitting down here and just rubbing away. I'm glad we're getting it done. With that rubber housing out of the way, there's our bearing. And basically all we need to do is put our screwdriver or some type of punch that we can use against the lip right here or right here, and we're just gonna hammer this bad boy off. Boom! There we go. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Oh, that was destroyed in there. So we're not gonna be able to press this on just by ourselves and with our muscles. We're gonna have to use the yoke. So once you have the new part on here, as far as it can go, we're gonna use the yoke and line it back up with our marks. If we didn't make a mark like I did here, basically you just want to line it up with the other side. Let me show you. You can also use your hammer marks. See, I was hammering on the top of this thing to get it off. Anyway, see how it's oriented to the front of the truck and the back of the truck, north and south basically, and then you go over to the other side and you see how they're also lined up north and south. So when I say they, I'm talking about the ears right here where the U-joint goes into the caps, these ears right here. So that's how we're gonna put our yoke back on. We're gonna line this back up with the way it should line up and press this all in together using the nut and washer and the yoke. It's all just gonna seat together. And then we just torque this down to spec. You should see that on the screen right here. And then once you've torqued it down, there is a spot right here where you punch in the nut so it doesn't go anywhere. So just grab a punch or a screwdriver, boom. And that looks good. So now we really just need to go put our drive shaft back together, but you gotta make sure your marks are lined up. We're gonna slip the U-joint back in its place and just don't lose anything that you see fall out. See this little plastic like washer goes on the outside of this? It's okay, it fell off, I can put it back on. And then with our caps, you really just wanna make sure they're full of grease and that none of the needles have come out. So all of my needles are there and look good. All those little bearings are in their spot, and I'm just gonna put a ton of grease in before I go putting it back in its place. And so I've got the caps started right here on both sides. You're gonna wanna make sure they get pressed in evenly. So that's where our press comes back into play. And the socket trick will also work. So I have a 19mm socket that just fits inside with the cap and inside of the ear here, and that should push the cap all the way in. This press just made it really, really easy, and if you have a vise, obviously it's going to be a little easier too, but this made it a breeze. And basically the depth you're going for is just below this groove. So you want the clip that you took out to be able to seat nicely and keep the cap on your U-joint in there. So we're good to go on this side. We go a little bit deeper on this side so I can fit the clip, and we'll be good to go. All right, with our clips in, our carrier bearing replaced, I went ahead and greased everything up while I was here. Your drive shaft might not even have that. So now we can go ahead and get our drive shaft reinstalled. And when you reinstall your drive shaft, you just want to line up your paint marks or your chisel marks, and then you want to tighten down the bolts and the nuts in a crisscross pattern. That way it's getting flush to the diff and the transfer case. But other than that, I mean, torquing down all the bolts and nuts should be good to go. If you're by yourself like I am today, just be super careful when putting it back in there. But I hope this video was helpful for those of you that don't have a vise. If you have a vise, this is obviously going to be a lot easier because you can clamp it in the vise and it won't be spinning or moving around. But I managed with a ball joint separator, a ratchet strap, my tailgate. Sure, it was a little bit of a bumpy road. This is the first time I've ever done this. So as always, I am a DIY type of guy and I love these type of projects. Love helping you guys out, but I'm glad I could be here and have the ability to help out and help those that need it. So seriously, if you guys enjoy this type of content and you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.